They're in the gate. And they're off. Wicked Tune comes blasting out of there from that far outside gate. They approach the midway point on the far turn. Wicked Tune on the outside. On the inside, it's Big City Deputy. In between those two, Key to Brooklyn. And now here comes A Little Warm making a big run in behind the leaders. A Little Warm has running room between horses now as the field turns for home. And with that big run, A Little Warm comes off the turn and has taken command. Just a whoosh move there by A Little Warm. And inside the gate pole, A Little Warm is just pulling away with every stride. Sonar, middle of the racetrack, coming on to be second. Wicked Tune has dropped back to third, but a monster effort here by A Little Warm. A Little Warm streaks under the line, and 11-length winner.
A Little Warm goes in, and they're all in line. They're racing in the spectacular bid. Little bobble there by Discreetly Mine, who finds himself last out of the gate. Wildcat Frankie is out for the lead. In the meanwhile, Westover Wildcat is circled up, and on the far outside, A Little Warm is coming on. Top of the stretch, Wildcat Frankie off the turn in front. A Little Warm on the far outside. Some champ between those two. Discreetly Mine, fourth, down on the inside and laboring as they come into the final 16th. It is Wildcat Frankie and A Little Warm. A Little Warm takes the lead, and A Little Warm and Jeremy Rose win the spectacular bid. They're racing in the Hutcheson. And City Troopers stumbled a bit coming out of there. Wildcat Frankie had the best beginning. Hear Ye's away well, and Funny Bone is out third on the far outside. 2 lengths back to Some Champ. Then it's A Little Warm, who's 4 lengths off the lead. To move up as Funny Bone also makes his run. Outside of Wildcat Frankie and Hear Ye. Funny Bone has joined them 3 wide, and A Little Warm is right behind it. Now he's being ridden along, and he's got to do better. And it's 2 lengths back to a Boye on the inside. A 45 flat half mile, and they're into the stretch, and Funny Bone's under a hand ride. Funny Bone and Edgar Prado now set down at the 8th pole. A Little Warm's running a big one on the far outside. He's still coming. And then comes a Boye, and Hear Ye. It's Funny Bone and A Little Warm, 1-2 down to the wire, and Funny Bone is back with a victory in the Hutcheson.
Louisiana Derby. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Louisiana Derby. Toward the inside, Mission Impossible, A Little Warm, and the Risen Star winner, Discreetly Mine. Here's Backtrack, and here's Drosselmeyer as they charge past the stands. The quarter was 23-2, and a half mile in 47-4. Heading to the half-mile pole. A Little Warm is just the leader from Discreetly Mine and Backtrack. Mission Impossible, a close-up 1-2 as they go toward that far turn. And then comes the program, followed by Wow. Drosselmeyer is down at the fence with 3 furlongs to go. A Little Warm still holds Discreetly Mine through the turn. Then we go back to Hotep. Ron the Greek still 8 lengths back. Stay puts on the far outside. Then Fly Down Island Soul. And Mr. Mardi Gras last to make the top of this daunting fairground stretch at the quarter pole. 3 quarters, 112 flat. It's A Little Warm and Discreetly Mine. Here comes Mission Impossible now switched out. For the inside, Drosselmeyer's close to. In this final furlong, A Little Warm digs down. A Little Warm battles Discreetly Mine. Mission Impossible on the outside. Mission Impossible for Roger Farage. Mission Impossible has won the Louisiana Derby from A Little Warm. Drosselmeyer, then Discreetly Mine. Stay.
And we're about set. And they're off. They'll break clean. Miners Reserve toward the inside. A Little Warm right alongside of that one. Up on the far outside, Bayer's Rocket. Strike while it's hot. It's going to settle in the 4th as they race into the first turn with Miners Reserve. Miners Reserve still fending off A Little Warm. Now A Little Warm lets out a notch. Velasquez is going after that leader. Still about 7 lengths to Bears Rocket. Same gap now to Strikes Will Top. 2-horse affair with a quarter to go, and Miners Reserve is digging in. Prepare for the challenge coming from A Little Warm. They've gone the 6 in 110 flat, heading for home. Miners Reserve is all out. A Little Warm is now trying to go by. A furlong to go. They're still going at it. Miners Reserve, A Little Warm on the outside. Velasquez now going to whip, and Miners Reserve on the inside is giving way. It's A Little Warm in front and trying to edge away. Miners Reserve is game, but not quite good enough today. It's A Little Warm edging clear. Will win it by almost 2. Miners Reserve a good second, followed by Strike While It's Hot third.
And they're off. A Little Warm and Stormy's Majesty. They break together in Miners Reserve with that speed on the outside as they race for the clubhouse turn. A Little Warm, Miners Reserve, and Stormy's Majesty across the track early on. Miners Reserve rather, trying to clear the field and does, and gets out there now by almost 2 lengths. A Little Warm is second. Stormy Majesty is running in third. Miners Reserve by a neck. A Little Warm ratcheting up that pressure now as they round the far turn. Friend or Foe is still running third on the outside. Stormy's Majesty is fourth. Fleet Express is all out now, but he's still 4.5 lengths from the lead. Aconite is all out too, and Fly Down is 6 lengths to make up. But he's starting to lengthen his stride now as the field comes to the top of the stretch. And it's A Little Warm and Miners Reserve head for head as they turn for home here. A Little Warm on the outside and Miners Reserve digging down at the rail. They come to the 8th pole together with Fly Down moving to third in between horses. Then Friend or Foe fourth. Miners Reserve on the inside, and A Little Warm now in front. A Little Warm, the leader, coming down to the wire. Miners Reserve fights on. Friend or Foe and the Fleet Express Fly Down fifth. It is A Little Warm in the Jim Dandy.
Here at the gate. And they're off in the Pennsylvania Derby. XI kind of broke inwardly there. From the outside, it's Morning Line. Morning Line is away quickly. And Morning Line will go up and get that early lead. But here comes First Dude. First Dude to apply some early pressure on the outside. XI has recovered nicely and will move up at the inside to be third. Followed by A Little Warm. He is unhurried here in the early. They're heading to the far turn. 3.5 furlongs to go in the Pennsylvania Derby. It's Morning Line in front. Morning Line leading at 3 parts of a length. Here comes First Dude cranking up his run on the outside. A Little Warm is 3 wide and will join the fray now. And XI has room down inside. We have 4 of them together as they come to the quarter pole. A Fleet again is still running about 7 lengths behind. They move for the top of the stretch now. On the outside, it's A Little Warm. On the inside, it's Morning Line, and they come off the turn together. And now A Little Warm has the lead. First Dude backs out of there. 1 furlong to go. It's A Little Warm. A Little Warm a half length. Morning Line is dead game and fights on the inside. First Dude trying to come on again. A Little Warm. First Dude on the outside. Morning Line down at the rail. A dramatic finish in the Pennsylvania Derby. It's Morning Line.